Daily Broadside to 872. I've been amused this morning watching. Actually started late last night. I was up too late doing this crap, but I got watching people. Some dude in Atlanta, there's a bunch of them, but a dude in Atlanta is like he's booting people's cars for parking in parking lots downtown and parking decks and all this other stuff, and everybody just coming out. I was just in there for like literally a minute. I was literally 5 minutes. I didn't know I'm not from here. Like, here's the thing, right? First of all, I'm about tired of the word literally. People overusing this word, like literally, shut up. It's not necessary to use that word. Okay, it's gotten to the point where it makes all of us hate the word literally, and it's not necessary. All words should be used. They're fine, but they, like everything else in life, they have to be used in moderation. You can't use them every other sentence. It takes all the sting out of the word when it's used, you know. But this one girl, everybody is the same, but this one girl on a parking deck, she's like, he boots her car, and it's $75, cash or card or Apple Pay or something like that. And the dude's kind of funny, man. He's got this dry sense of humor, and he just ain't taking. There's no excuse you can tell this dude, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, my bad. Let me take this boot off." You know, this is not gonna happen. You're gonna pay, or you're gonna sit there all day. You know, they're gonna have you towed eventually or whatever. But this girl's like, she's parked in EV parking, which, I don't know why you do that anyway. But she's like, "Well, my car is electric," and he just slowly walks to the back of the car. "Ma'am, you got a muffler." And it was so funny. I laughed out loud. A hearty guffaw in the evening air was felt. But here's the thing, right? I can go to any city in America, all right? I've been to like 36, 37 states. I've been all over this country, all right? Alaska, Hawaii, Maine to Florida. I've been everywhere, right? I've been everywhere, right? So, I have never in my life had the audacity to just think, well, I'll just park here because screw it, right? Now, if you pull into like a veterans parking space at a Lowe's or an expectant mother or something like that, that's really just a moral issue, There's nothing illegal about it. I mean, they could ask you to leave, and if you don't, they could tow you, but there's nothing really that they could do about that. It's not like handicap where it's, governed by law, because handicap and fire lanes are really, in most states and cities, the only two things that the police can enforce anything. You can take your trailer and just park across 19 spaces at a Home Depot, and police can't do nothing about it. They can call, and have the police remove you if the management don't want you there, but there's nothing illegal. But if it's posted or it's someone else's property, which everything is someone else's property, you can't just pull onto it and park there, okay? I'm sorry if it costs you $75 to learn that lesson, but the audacity that people can just pull into any city or any place and be like, screw it, I'm parking here, I don't care. And then they boot your car, and you have the further audacity to get all upset. None of that makes any sense. I think that's such the problem with adults in this world, is they just take no accountability for their actions. You created this problem by being a dumbass. Like, I own this property, okay? It doesn't matter what I want to do with it. I could have a parking lot in downtown Atlanta, okay? And I could have like the nicest, cleanest parking lot in the world, marked off of spaces with no signage anywhere. And I just want it because I got an office on the 4th floor, and I just like looking down at an empty parking lot with pretty painted white lines. I just think it's pretty, and I've got the $2 million to spend on that lot, and it holds 30 cars, but I don't want anybody parking there, right? Nobody parks there but me. I'm the only one. I park at one spot, and I just like, as I'm typing and working away, I just like looking down and looking at the dominion I have over that paved piece of parcel, right? And you think you can just come onto it and park, even if I have the space. It doesn't matter. It's mine. That's such the problem with the world, is people just don't respect other people's shit, okay? It's my shit, okay? And if I don't want you on my shit, I don't care if you're just running in for 2 minutes to get a tube of toothpaste. I don't care if you've got a crying baby and you need some Orajel. I don't know what the hell your excuse. It doesn't matter. It's my stuff. And if I don't want you here, that's such, like, the parking lot guy that's booting cars it's like a microcosm of what is bigger, a systemic problem with this country. It's like people aren't raised. If I found out that my sons acted that way on camera to somebody when they created the problem, now I am sure, because I've seen it before, that you could go to a major city or any minor city And you could find some signage that's kind of confused, like, can I park here or no? I feel like I can park here, you know? I go to a club in a few towns away, and there's a Walmart next to it. Walmart will tow you but otherwise you gotta get VIP parking or pay, $15-10, whatever it is, to park in one of the outlying lots. But if you just park at Walmart and walk the 50 yards over to the club, I don't know who's checking, but somebody will tow your car, okay? That's the way it should be. Walmart owns that property, and if they don't want you there, whatever. Now, if Walmart was like, look, show starts at 7 o'clock, we ain't that busy. We got 4 million parking spaces. If you want to do it, whatever. But I imagine that, it could come close to filling up their parking lot. So I understand why they do it. My point is it's many, but I could talk about this for quite a while, but I'll spare you. It's raise your kids right? Like, raise people to be respectful of other people's shit. That's such the problem with this world. And parking lot combatants are a perfect example of that. You know what I mean? I went to school with a couple Mennonite sisters. I think there were 2 in my grade or a grade below me, and then they had like an older sister a couple years ahead of them, and they wore nothing but like ankle length denim skirts. And what I thought was weird about this is, that was year round. Like, I don't think I ever saw them in anything. They came to the prom in a denim skirt, Actually, I don't know if they went to not the prom, but like the little school dances. I have no idea, because I don't know if they're like all, what's that, Kevin? Footloose. I don't know if they're footloosey in the Mennonite community and they can't dance either. They're like, I can't dance. I can't swim. Only thing about me is the way I walk. No. So I don't know if they dance or not, but what I'm saying, if they had gone to a school dance in 7th grade, they would have wore their denim skirt. What I found odd about it was, other than the fact that must have been hot as ball sack throughout the entire year, you got to wear denim every day. But more to the point, they had like acid wash, stone wash, like their denim skirts kept up with the times, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't just have like blue denim, like Wrangler denim, just like old school denim fabric. It was the period, because when I was in 7th and 8th grade, everything was stone wash, and I just imagine some industrial washer with like a bunch of gravel getting dumped into it and just getting it beat up and whatnot, just to get it all stone washed. And acid wash, just dumping acid in. I feel like they didn't use acid unless Clorox is considered. I think Clorox is basic, not acidic. I could be wrong. I don't remember science. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Stay cool. Not just temperature wise, but just keep your cool points. You get it?